Hi, besties.
What up, what up?
How are you? Welcome. It's Monday Night Besties. You know
That's
what
right.
time it is.
That's right.
Time
You
to
know
talk
what it
about Raw.
is. Y'all know what it is. The best day of the week. Best
Yeah,
Monday Night Raw post show there is. There's
there you
only one
go.
place to be, and that's right here with your besties.
Exactly. So roll call in the chat. Let us know who's here. Say hello. I always like to see these. I get so excited. You have no idea. It like genuinely makes my day. I mean, you do have an idea because I usually get derailed by getting excited about what's on there. So, yeah, what an episode of Raw. So
Fire.
much. And so much for everyone, too. That's something that that's my best of the best. But I think it'll be linear, like it'll go throughout. So, what did you think of tonight's show?
Fire. I usually think that, final episodes of a weekly show leading up to a pay-per-view always leaves a lot to desired. And I feel like they're a lot really stale most of the time.
Mhm.
And that is definitely not the case with tonight's Monday Night Raw. There was a lot going on, a lot of storylines advancing. We unfortunately, or I believe, according to reports, said goodbye to a lovely wrestler superstar tonight. So it was a lot going on. It's a lot going on tonight. I thought Raw tonight was absolutely fire.
It was so good. There was a lot. So I think that's like probably, I'm not sure if that's the biggest story, but it's the biggest story to me. What happened with Ricochet. I was actually, it worked me, I gotta tell you. So when he was
Shed
like,
a tear? Teary-eyed at
no,
all?
no, but I am chemically restrained, baby. You know what I mean? There's enough Prozac up in here that I'm not getting tearful. So,
Gotcha.
which is great. Everyone should go to therapy, take your medication if it's prescribed to you, and live a great life because nothing should hold you back from your dreams and
That's
having
right.
everything that you want. But also, I did not, but I did feel like, and I think it got worse for me when Samantha got on the scene.
Yeah.
I think it was okay, like kind of rudely. I was okay when it was just like a beatdown situation, but then, you have a whole ambulance spot and just everything going on with Samantha. And then she left with him, which was really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And also led to, in my opinion, some fun ring announcing from Pat McAfee. Yeah. Did you cry? Did you shed a tear?
No, but he is definitely someone. I actually wrote an article not too long ago. It was like a couple months ago. I wrote about both women and men, the two separate articles, most underrated superstars in WWE. And Ricochet, I believe, was even my featured image on that article. So that told you everything I felt about Ricochet. So yeah, I definitely didn't cry. I've been through a lot tougher things in my life than to be crying about a WWE wrestler. Just leaving the company. It's not like he's like forced to retire and he didn't, like, Ricochet's not dead. Like, he's still going to wrestle in another company and thrive and just be a great superstar. So like, it's not one of those situations. Thank goodness we have a lot of different wrestling companies in today's day and age. So, but yeah, it was just one of those moments where you just feel bad. It's like, I wish WWE could have found a way to book him just a little bit better and make him want to stay, but sometimes it doesn't happen, So I wish him the best, but I do think the rumors are true, especially according to that storyline we got tonight. I think that was the final time we see Ricochet in a WWE ring.
Yeah. I do think it was like a classy way to leave. And you know what I mean? Like if you're writing someone who's been actively on television, off of television, there is worse ways to do it. So I think that was it wasn't demoralizing or demeaning. It was just kind of like a Bron Breakker attack.
Mm-hmm.
Is Bron Breakker meant to be a face or a heel? So he's doing all these horrible things, but it's like it really rides that line. Like it kind of has that same.
I think he's definitely supposed to be a heel for sure.
I think I just got turned around in NXT and I just like adore him. So it's hard for me to comprehend that. So, okay. Yeah. Don't clip this, but I wonder, he's got to do so. Well, He did some pretty extreme stuff tonight, so never mind. I'll watch it on the replay and I'll be like, no, that was enough, Amanda. I thought it was kind of a fun. I'm not sure if it was informed at all, but I personally was also just watched that Who Killed WCW show. And there was that moment that they were talking about from like the initial NWO like invasion backstage angle where Mysterio wanted, was it, it's Kevin Nash, isn't it? Who throws him, and he wanted to throw him through the window, but it was like, no. And instead, just really the way they described it was like a lawn dart. And just what I saw Bron do to Ricochet, I was like, oh my God, like a lawn dart. Like it was bad. Like it just, every spot, like I just think every bump he took in that whole segment was so scary. And like, I hold on to that though. I enjoy that about myself. I'm easily worked. I've been taught, I think, because I was just being persistently annoying, I was sort of taught one clue. So my boss was like, okay, here's how you can like know. So you maybe can stop asking me, is it real? But yeah, so I sometimes do that now. So I figure it out better. But like Ilja Dragunov, that whole match with Bron Breakker, I was convinced that my man Ilja Dragunov was like injured in a bad way. There was kind of I don't purport to know a lot about wrestling like technically, but there was one moment where I wondered if they did actually bonk in a bad way. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then like continued onward, and I don't know if that was all selling. Like he was just grabbing his neck the entire time.
I think it was a sell job, but did a great job. I think
he's so amazing.
That was match of the night too. I mean, you pretty much forced me to fast forward to that part.
Sorry,
because that was the match of the night for sure. Especially from at least from my perspective, a big NXT guy as well.
Yeah,
kind of took me back to the NXT 2.0 days a little bit with that match. I thought it was fire. Just once again showing the future that WWE has in both of those superstars, and I want it again. Like, look, like give me that on a PLE. Give me that rematch once again, because that match was every bit of crazy. But I think it was, for me, while that match was great, I still think it was the aftermath that stole the show. Like everything, I thought it was super badass. That Ricochet was like, look, I want to go out with a bang. Put me through a damn car windshield.
Right.
That's nuts to me. Like,
was it real glass, do you think?
What'd you say? Was
it real glass, do you think?
Probably not. I think it would have broke a little bit more than that if it was real glass. That's a lot of force going through. Although Bron Breakker still kind of like saved him a little bit. You could see his hand kind of.
I did appreciate that. I felt like I was really scared, but I felt like his other arm was kind of
But I picture it's not like I'm breaking a bunch of glass windows to see how it would act if I, you know what I mean? So I guess I don't know for sure, but I just imagine glass breaking a lot more than the little cracks that happened with 280-pound Bron Breakker slamming 180-pound Ricochet through it from up above a ladder. So
yeah, for sure. Definitely.
That was my favorite part of the night for sure. I mean, that holds the match between Dragunov and Bron Breakker, and then unfortunately saying, but I just hope, because a lot of people were getting into my head after that about Samantha leaving with them. They're getting in my head. I really hope not. I really hope not. I'm hoping it's just a storyline that she left with them to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because people were like, oh, she left with them. What does that mean? Oh. Yeah, see, that was my face. See, I don't like it.
I don't like that either. No. I love her. She's wonderful.
I do too.
Oy, that's interesting. That is interesting.
I'm hoping not.
Watch this space. We'll let you know, because that's our girl. If next Monday she's out of here, perhaps it would be kind of fun if it was wait, what? Oh, I don't see. Yeah, that was my joke. I was trying to find out if it was real glass or not. Although it's extremely funny that you called him Geico Caveman.
Geico Caveman.
I've never heard that one. That's a fun one. That's fun. Whatever. That's not what we're talking about here. But yeah, that's funny. I bought this for myself for Mother's Day. I bought this CM Punk sweatshirt.
I seen you got some new merch. Look at
Yeah,
that.
they were out
Them
of
slam chats hitting.
Yeah.
Them slam chats hit.
Support us. Support us here at Body Slam with the slamchats.com. Right in the comments. Yeah, just put I don't see them. So we got to get into that. I'll find out if I'm supposed to be able to field them live or not. We'll find out more. But for now,
I like that. I like the new CM Punk shirt.
It was I was disappointed. I had to get an extra large, so I feel like it's really like I'm wearing like a poncho kind of, but it's okay. It's all right. It's fun. I wore it to a grocery store today, so I went in public in it. So it's okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
You finally got a replacement for all the Cody Rhodes shirts.
I know. I gotta mix it up. I gotta have a Monday wardrobe. There is so go to Astrid Pizarro's Twitter and then search like WWE merch. I'll figure it out. I'll tweet it later. So if you follow me on Twitter, I'll let you know where to find this code. But there's like that affiliate thing. I love to use that affiliate code plus a coupon night as like an excuse to do tomfoolery. So there is I think it's 25% off tonight. And they give you a countdown clock, and they're not playing with that. It's like you get it at the time, and then after that it'll be back to regular price. So like if you you want something later, it's harder to get. There you go. That's my plug. Oh wow, life is changing. Look at that. I'm blonde. I'm a CM Punk girly. What is going on? You're watching a transformation.
By the way, what up, Jeff? I guess we didn't say hi to Jeff.
Yeah, hi Jeff. Oh, sorry. We just are like, oh, it's our bestie. He's here. He's talking to us. What does this say? Blunt Views
Network. What up, Blunt Views Network? What up? What up?
That's cool. I don't see anyone else is a new name. I mean, we gotta mix it up. So let us know. I like to get excited if there's any Facebook likes. So if you're watching,
and this is a group discussion too. This ain't just us. Like we wanna know what you thought about Raw tonight as well. Like we like to engage with you and kind of get your thoughts. Oh, that's my podcast right there. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the fellas commenting. Shout out WrestleHolics.
Shout out WrestleHolics.
That's right.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up I think the biggest storyline that is Monday Night Raw right now. I mean, we got to talk about it. Dominic and Liv. I mean, he's probably at the hotel room with her right now as we speak, right? I mean,
Finn Balor might be because he's the one who snatched up the card.
That's right.
So let's find out. That was so good. I enjoyed all of their work tonight. Yes. I think Judgment Day is super funny. And I do think everything going on with Liv is it's not irredeemable, right? So if they want to flip her baby face in like a little while, you can't really argue. Like she has some righteous motives in a way. Like Rhea has messed her up. So, and she is on a stated revenge tour. She's
for a lot of people, I feel like if they were like switched into her character right now, and this is no offense to any other woman superstar, I feel like it would feel forced.
Yeah.
Where Liv, it just feels like it fit, like it's natural. Like she legit makes you feel like, man, she's serious about this. Like she really trying to take Dom and trying to convince this dude. Yeah. Like that, especially that whole segment with her, with the room key. And it's like, look, you don't deserve you don't deserve anyone calling anyone mommy. Someone so handsome as you should be called daddy. And it's like, okay, Liv, like, all right. And then, I mean, we thought that was it, but that wasn't it because Dom was in action tonight, by the way, for the first time since the injury, I believe. So shout out to Dominic Mysterio back in the ring, but it was I think a six-man tag. Judgment Day. It was Dominic Mysterio, Big Head McDonough. And I think it wasn't who was the Carlito. Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, and Dragon Lee. And I mean, Dominic, it ends obviously with the Judgment Day losing again, as we all expected. But still, like, it ended with Liv going on the apron, in case anyone missed it. Liv is on the apron distracting Dominic. Dominic leaves and tells her she needs to get the fuck out of here. You're distracting me. Get out of here. What are you doing here? And she's like, I'm leaving with you. Like, what do you mean? Like, we getting ready to go right now. And she gets knocked off the apron by Zelina Vega and literally falls on top of Dom, knocks him down. She's on top of him and obviously sharing an intimate moment. Mommy's not going to like that either when she comes back. I think this is just this is the biggest storyline on Raw to me. I think this is just going to create, I believe, one of the biggest woman feuds in a long time.
Yeah.
In a long time. Because just imagine the pop when Rhea comes back. Just imagine that crowd. Everyone just sit back and imagine when Rhea Ripley comes back after all this mess? Because, like, it's not going to be anytime soon. There's still going to be a lot that's going to happen. And when she comes back, that crowd is going to go crazy. The WWE Universe is going to go crazy. I just think, at least personally for me, I know a lot of people enjoy different things in wrestling. But for me, Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day and all that, I think is the biggest storyline on the brand right now.
I agree. Also, Andrew has a great point. I think so too. That Liv is finally being the character she wants to be. And I think also able to play things the way she wants to. And I think probably use acting skills. Like, I would definitely not be at all shocked if she's like done formal acting training and things. Like, she's been doing different parts and things in, like, because she was on Chucky. I feel like she's also in a movie. But yeah, I think sometimes that makes the difference about when you have character-driven stories, that there are the characters that can support those character-driven stories. Because that's not always the case. I think, like, a good example is that Drew McIntyre is, like, a very engaging person that you believe in and you, like, kind of want to listen to. Whereas, I don't like saying negative things. So never mind. Never mind.
I was waiting. I was like, uh-oh. That Amanda's back this week.
Oh, no, Sassy Amanda. Sassy Amanda can rise again. You have to go to slamchats.com.
We're going to set up a Patreon for that, Amanda. We got to set up a whole nother...
You know what? We could have Besties After Dark on Patreon, and it would be so funny. I feel like it would be super funny to make you watch AEW. I just think that would be funny. I think people would pay to watch that. So let us know, Besties, if you would subscribe to a Patreon. It would be a low-price Patreon, okay? Nobody's trying to pay.
That's right.
Big money. Okay, so back to what we're doing. Dom and Liv will be a thing. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think. Do we think that it will lead to a custody of Dominic Mysterio match?
I mean, basically. I mean, they're probably not going to say that, but like, that's what it's going to come down to. That's definitely what it's going to come down to for sure.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, shout out Astrid.
I was just talking about Astrid. I'll tweet your affiliate code for WWE Shop because it's what I use to give me an excuse. So it's a combo day. There's 25% off. So support Astrid, get your merch, live your life. That's good. Those are the words to live by. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where we go with that. I think it will be super fun. To see when Rhea comes back, but it's also fun to kind of see if Judgment Day is going to implode, because I do think they're sowing these seeds of there's also like a secondary Finn Liv situationship occurring. So watching that explode will also be enjoyable. Right. I love a little soap opera moment. That is my flavor of professional wrestling ice cream. So I'm excited about it. I did genuinely enjoy that. I also genuinely enjoyed that match finish because it's just so wild. Like, if you didn't get a chance to see it, you should definitely go back to watch it. I think I wrote like a whole paragraph about it. My editor cleaned it up for me because I think I was like trying to describe it into intricate detail. I do that. I sometimes will be like, okay, I'm going to paint this picture. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm explaining it, but it just doesn't. It's hard to explain. So what happens is that Braun Strowman goes in the corner and like powers up. In my mind, he was powering up. I don't know if that really happened or he just was like making a face, but he's standing there. And then Dragon Lee is on the top rope and then stands on Strowman's shoulders. And then Braun Strowman kind of like does a little shuffle midway into the ring, and then Dragon Lee jumps and does like the move onto who's down there, Carlito. But it was so exciting. I don't know. I feel like we've been seeing.
Yeah, this was the one time that I watched Braun Strowman in a match and enjoyed it, and the crowd loved it too. Like even when he did his little, run around the ring thing, like the crowd loved it, and the crowd was dead tonight overall. So like that was one of the moments that they decided to wake up, and it made their excitement made me excited. So that was an actual good match tonight, even for my discourse for Braun Strowman's character since he came back.
Yeah, I had fun. That was a fun one. I feel like I don't feel like anything was a stinker. Sometimes by the end of the show, I feel a little like, this is not the case. I feel like everything was a lot of fun. Things were progressing forward. There's kind of a few Clash of the Castle layers were added, but it wasn't necessarily, I like it when the go home show isn't particularly heavy handed. You know what I mean? Like we have these stories that are coming from Raw. Okay, we're setting them up, and then there's still SmackDown to go, so it's not so. And then there's just a lot where we get from point A to point B in WWE storylines in a week, like rapid pace. I feel like it is running on a daily soap opera schedule in a way that we maybe don't always acknowledge, but like. That moment with Drew McIntyre by the end of the show is definitely not going to be the last we see of Drew McIntyre until Clash of the Castle, right? So it's going to keep going. It's just very interesting how things play out. But yeah, what else was going on tonight? There was there was a little Clash of the Castle preview, if you will. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire took on, who was that?
Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Yeah. And then Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair were at ringside just kind of checking out the competition. Yeah. So interesting. I feel like they need to make it somewhat more obvious in a way. Like, I don't know who I want Bianca to be mean to. She was a little sassy with, I think, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark before the match started. She was kind of like,
Zoe.
There was some back and forth.
Took her shirt off and threw it at.
And then she
Bianca. She was talking trash. She was like saying, like,
it was good. I just think that like Bianca has softened Jade in a way that makes her so engaging and brings out. I mean, she was already super engaging, but it brings out a little added humanity that you don't even know was missing, but Bianca Belair has really pulled out of her. Like their partnership has really made that blossom. Just even like their like little dance when they go in the entrance together. It's just Jade has gotten so much more human, and that's something she needed because she is such an exquisite looking individual. And then if you know stuff about her outside of the ring, like you see her daughter, like she has a PhD in child psychology. I mean, like she's a very accomplished woman. She owns a softball team. I mean, like it's a lot. I think they've drawn out some humanity in her. And I think this is also a good opportunity to have like add a little bit more edge to Bianca, because I do think that's something that we talked about in the past. Like you told me she's coming, right? Like you felt like the NXT Bianca. And I think we've gotten some of that, but I went back and looked up clips and I would like to see her up the sass because I thought it was fun. And also in a way that was authentic and real to her, because I do feel like I don't know what news article I read 5 million years ago, but there was some kind of allegation of some sort allegedly from a writer that was like discussing writing lines specifically for Bianca and feeling a little allegedly uncomfortable. And I just think that to be able to have that freedom to say whatever she wants and the way she wants it, she's another person like Liv that I think could really rise to that occasion and have really special moments. So I hope they make her a little meaner, but kind of perhaps that's the distance that gets created. If we have to create distance.
It's coming. It's coming. That could be very well something that we will have to wait until one of them turns on each other. I think that'll happen, when either Jade or Bianca turns on the other when they lose the titles. I think that'll be when that happens. So for now, I think we just enjoy these two dominant women, baby faces, take over the roster, and then it's going to lead up to what we've all wanted literally since Jade stepped foot in a WWE ring and the feud we've been waiting for. But For this part, I guess I just didn't like the outcome of the match.
Yeah.
I personally thought that Isla Dawn and Alba Fire should have won the match.
Yeah.
Only because they already felt like they were just thrown into this match literally because Alba Fire and the hometown love.
Yeah.
So like I feel like they needed to, I guess, justify being added to the match. And I feel like a win tonight would have justified that a little bit more and made the match a little bit more exciting and gave it a little bit more umph. So I personally thought they should have won the match tonight. I felt like Zoe and Shayna doesn't do a whole lot for the match. But I think if the Unholy Union won, I think that makes it a little bit more interesting and makes you think maybe the hometown crowd will rally Alba Fire into a win and an upset for the tag titles. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought the outcome was something that I would have done a little bit differently, but well, I guess we'll see what the aftermath will be Saturday.
Yeah. Who do you think will win that match? We'll just sprinkle our predictions in throughout.
I think Jade and Bianca will retain, especially after what happened tonight. Like I said, if the Unholy Union won, I think it would have made things a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Change layers a little bit. But I think it'll be Jade and Bianca to retain.
I agree. What else did we get here tonight?
My worst of the night to follow that.
Yes.
At least this the worst match. Like there wasn't really, I felt like everything else hit. I think all the segments were great. And so before I get to the worst though, I do love what R-Truth is doing, what him and Miz are doing with that. Like literally Miz, like the older brother trying to make sure his younger brother stays out of trouble. He's like, Sammy, do you know where R-Truth is? And he's like, no, I don't know where he's at. It was like way earlier I seen him. And he was like, do you know what could happen? He's been by himself for basically saying, you know what could happen when he's by himself. And once again, he finally finds R-Truth later on in the show after talking to Sonya Deville and Natalia, and finally finds him. And he's just got done talking to Scarlett. And as soon as he said he talked to a fortune teller, I was like, that's Scarlett. It's gotta be. And then he said, hey, they're facing APA. Bradshaw and Farouk. He said they were facing him for the tag titles. Miz is like, we can't face APA. What are you talking about? Like, we can't face them. And I knew it was AOP. And I was just hoping that tonight wasn't the night, because I think eventually R-Truth is going to get them into trouble they can't get out of. And I think that's going to be the way they lose the titles. I think he's going to end up booking it against a tag. I don't know what tag team. I'm not going to do all that tonight because it's going to be a while. But that's going to be how they lose the titles. He's going to book a match that they have no business being in, and it's going to be against a team that is legit and that makes sense to beat them, and that's how they lose. But for now, I am definitely enjoying what they're doing, but that match tonight was not good. That was the worst for me. I have not personally enjoyed AOP since they've been back, just personally.
My favorite part of that whole act is that Paul Ellering pulls the weirdest faces. Mm-hmm. And so every time they're all on screen, I just stare at Paul Ellering because he's just like not saying anything. But if you I should go back. We'll see if they have their segment posted on socials, and I'll just zoom in on only him because it's just so good. Like he's just so funny.
Now I want to see this.
If you ever also notice, what was the other thing? They were in like a big multi-man match fairly recently, and they just had, it was the draft. It was the draft graphic. And they just had like this little Ellering head that was just popped on. It was just so good. So I love a Paul Ellering sighting. But other than that, it's been an underwhelming go of it. So I'm not sure where that's headed, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Something else we saw tonight. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you for telling me, because I did absolutely forget the Chad Gable and Sami Zayn part.
Was that your best tonight, Jeffrey? Yeah, this storyline, I think, is just getting better by the day. Mm-hmm. I mean, eventually it ends with Otis. Otis is gonna have enough. I think we find the end of it on Saturday. That's my personal opinion. I think tonight we got close, Amanda. I know you were hoping. I am. I'm
waiting for it. I honestly believe that there is a dissertation and or a long feature somewhere within my brain of just the fact that Sami Zayn personally, his work alone over the last 2 years or so has, in my opinion, done more to demonstrate genuine male relationships that are more complex than like drinking beers by the fence, King of the Hill. You know what I mean? Like even King of the Hill had deeper relationships than a lot of these TV shows. Half of the things that are on right before wrestling are like, is this real? Like, this is a real TV show. These people are actually not as good of actors as the wrestlers. Like, I'm not trying to be horrible, but these people are delivering lines in a way that if I saw a wrestler doing a promo like that, I'd be like, oh, that's so unbelievable. I don't like that character. You know, it's just a different stakes of entertainment. So Sami Zayn for an Emmy. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to go about that. But I believe he deserves one. And I also believe he's doing a lot for like men's mental health in general. Because I think the argument that he was waging towards Otis tonight is something that we get pretty prevalent for women and content directed towards women. But I also think that there are a lot of men that are in abusive dynamics, and it's not always a sexual partner. It's not always an intimate partner violence. Sometimes it is that close of like, you just have a friend who treats you horribly and you should be empowered to say no. You don't have to be treated horribly. Don't let someone who doesn't know themselves tell you who you are, Otis. Chad Gable does not know who he is. He's trying to be 10 different things. Well, I mean, the character, because he's kind of writing a sociopath lens, in my opinion. I think what we're seeing happen to the character is that same kind of Roman Reigns thing that almost seemingly happened off screen. We're watching it unfold in front of our eyes. So like, I think Paul Heyman's talked about how the Roman Reigns character is like supposed to be in a way like a nod to Apocalypse Now. So he's like that Marlon Brando crazy man on the island figure. But we're actually, to Chad Gable's storyline, you're watching that bad guy emerge. You know what I mean? Like, we're really on a ride with Chad Gable. So that's exciting. I'm so pleased that they've incorporated Sami, because I think there's no one else. There's not another character that could speak into the heart of Otis and have all of us like be so compelled by it in the way that Sami does. So that's some good stuff. There's just good stuff all over Raw, to be honest.
Yeah, this is definitely, I think, the second best storyline on Raw right now, behind Liv and Dom.
Yeah.
What I love tonight is not also what Sami did, but I personally, I hate to do it, but I have to highlight Chad Gable too.
Yes.
Because this obviously is not, at least I think this is not how Chad Gable really is.
Yes.
So like,
right.
You have to remember, like, he's playing a character. Like, this
Yes.
is really not Chad Gable.
Yeah.
But he also is doing really well with this character. One thing I love that he said to Sami tonight is like, I mean, he made a lot of sense too when he told him like, up here's hero Sami again, going dipping in business that has nothing to do with you. Like, basically telling him like, always up in other people's business, and he's referring to Bloodline and going back to that. I thought Chad Gable was fantastic tonight with his banter with Sami Zayn before the match between Otis and Sami tonight. And it was even great after the match Otis ended up losing to Sami, as we've seen. And we thought Otis was finally going to have enough and finally get his hands on Chad in the corner, as Chad's sitting under the turnbuckle. Oh, don't do it. Oh, don't do it, Otis. And he thought Otis was going to do it, but Chad lives to see another week.
Otis is not done being disrespected yet.
No.
But someday, Otis will be done being disrespected.
I also liked when Sami asked if they were happy. And watching how quick their facial expressions switched. When he asked if they're happy, like when he first asked them, they're like, like, "Are you guys happy?" And then Maxine's like looking around, like, happy. "Yes, I am." And Chad's so like, good. I love that segment. So that was definitely a bright spot tonight on Raw as well. I'm loving that storyline, and I think the crowd is going to erupt just like they did when Ray finally hit Dom that first time.
Yes,
it's going to be along those lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's a good one. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. What are we? I
I hope it
know. Oh,
comes
it is
Saturday.
sad.
Yeah.
That is a sad one. We definitely, I think, are seeing. Oh, there's some shenanigans going on out here.
Yeah. I mean, looking at what else happened tonight too. I mean, Io Sky and Lyra Valkyria too has to be discussed tonight as well. I think that is another storyline that, I mean, we're watching Io, I think, go crazy. Like literally, like she's had enough of the losing. You know, she's had her way for at least over the past couple years since coming back with Damage Control at SummerSlam. And I mean, she won Money in the Bank. She was champion for a while. So she's not used to losing. And she lost to Lyra, obviously, to advance in the Queen of the Ring tournament and got a revenge tonight, as we see. Damage Control jumps Lyra, and Katana Chance and Kaden Carter come out after the match when Damage Control's jumping Lyra and help her. So I'm assuming we'll get some kind of 6-woman tag in that as well. But I'm enjoying the Io Lyra feud as well. I mean, this isn't a feud that I think has a big story behind it, really, other than mainly Io. Like, I really don't feel like Lyra. I feel like Lyra's just she's just there for Io to take out her frustrations and her misfortunes that she's had lately. Yeah. Lyra just so happens to be the victim that Io has to express her pain and frustrations out on. But yeah, as long as those two are in a ring, sign me up, because those are my 2 favorite women on the roster on Raw. So anytime you got them in a ring for a match, sign me up 100%. They work so well together too. That match tonight was phenomenal.
Yeah. I do hope that they are kind of subtly building to both of them being in Money in the Bank, because I just really want to see both of them interacting in a ladder match. Would be really fun. Like, I'm excited about. Well, we're not NXT, but I think that North American Women's Championship ladder match was so fun, and I just think that the women's division across WWE is really compelling. But yeah, I'm excited to see what continues to happen. There's a lot of storylines building.
That's right.
I wonder, because I even wrote like a story, because she has like a backstage freak out, Io Sky, and says that Damage Control needs to change. And I kind of was like, as I'm writing, well, okay, like what did they do wrong tonight? And there was like a little bit, but she wins the match. I mean, like, I do think you're right in that we're watching Io just kind of lose it. Like, it's just, even winning isn't good enough. Yeah. Like, she wanted vengeance after, and even that wasn't good enough. Like, it got interrupted. So it's really compelling stuff. I'm excited to see where that goes as well, and what changes could occur. You're gonna break up if something doesn't change.
I think that is 100% where we're going, especially while Asuka's out. I think that is definitely something that we are going to watch happen pretty soon, especially around Money in the Bank, which is going to be here before we know it. So I fully expect Io to be in that match again. She probably won't win back-to-back years, but she will definitely be in it.
Hope so.
I can't wait for that. You know, I know Clash is literally days away, and I know before we get out of here, I'm going to force you to make some predictions in that before we get out of here. So just to give you that heads up in a few minutes.
All right.
But yeah, I think everyone's pretty much looking forward to Money in the Bank, because while Raw has been great past couple of weeks, I'm really missing Jey Uso. That's 2 weeks in a row. I mean, last week we got him to come out and he talked for a total of 20 something seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
And this week, I mean, I'm missing Jey Uso. I'm really hoping after Clash is over, we start moving towards Money in the Bank and see a little bit more of hopefully who wins that briefcase.
Yes. Exciting stuff.
I'm worried he's not going to win it, though.
You don't think he's going to win?
I have a small, just because, especially after how bad I was with picking NXT Battleground, like, I was awful. My picks were like, I mean, especially for the ladder match, like I missed completely.
I did too. I really didn't think so. But also shout out to Kalani Jordan because she is wonderful. And I'm glad she won. But that wasn't, I don't even think that she was
picked Lash Legend.
Which wasn't even, that's the thing. Kalani was not even in my top 3. I thought it was Fallon Henley. Then I was like, oh, it's Lash Legend. And then just Jada Parker has been so, like, just honestly amazing and has a lot of kind of like viral buzz, like on social media. I assumed, oh, okay, maybe they'll do that. But there was so many good people in that match. That was a really great one. If you didn't watch that, I would. I know it's not Raw, but those girls will be on Raw soon. Okay, we'll see them next year, if not sooner.
Give me one of them. But Jay Uso, I feel like I think I've said it on here. Like, I really hope WWE does not F this up. Yeah. Like, dude is too over right now.
Yeah.
I have, you know who I have a small feeling is gonna win it? I don't know why, but I think Dominic is gonna win it. I really do. I think Dominic is gonna win Money in the Bank. And him and Liv are gonna be living their best life.
Oh.
She has the belt. He has Money in the Bank.
I like that.
I think that's where we're going. I wouldn't be mad at it, but just a little bit, because Jey Uso needs something right now.
Yeah.
He has all the momentum, but I really do. I'm saying it now, folks. Besties, I think Dominic Mysterio is winning Money in the Bank this year, and I'm dead serious. I can already see it. I
don't disagree. That's the thing, is I don't think you're way off base. Like, that actually stacks. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. We will get into some Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, we got to make predictions.
But one more thing we have to predict before we move on from Raw. Uncle Howdy is coming next week.
Ooh.
There's a countdown clock that ends next week on Monday Night Raw, I think is the timing. What I think it said, well, no, because it was set to 1 a.m. Eastern, I think someone was saying. Anyhow, but we'll find out what happens. We're presuming that it is actually the debut of that faction. And Jeffrey asks, where is Dijak? He did have a match on Main Event, right? I think I wrote that.
Yeah, he did Main Event.
But who do you think, like, do you think that is like what people, like the speculated group, you think that's the actual list? There won't be any swerves?
100%. Yeah. Okay. I mean, and the reason I do is because we have seen none of them in so long.
Yeah.
Like Joe Gacy, like you're telling me with all the people in NXT that left, you tell me that Joe Gacy couldn't have got some TV time since then?
Right.
It's because he's moving. He's coming on Raw, and he's joining this faction with Uncle Howdy. There has to be. We haven't seen Nikki Cross in I don't know how long. Yeah. Dexter Lumis, they're all still on the roster. Where have they been? They're not hurt.
That's true.
So I think 100%. That's what we're getting.
Sign me up.
I hope so.
I'm so excited.
I hope so.
To make it clear again, for the second week in a row to the faction, we have repented. So when you're telling everyone that their time is up, that countdown clock is not for us. We did this last week. We have pledged our allegiance. So, I mean, we're okay. We're good. We're excited to see what happens. We're excited to see our new friends arrive on Monday Night Raw. I'm so excited for that. That's like genuinely one of my favorite moments of doing this job at all, was when Bray came back. Like, it was a very magical situation. So I'm hoping they get the opportunity to kind of do that for themselves more than anything. You know, I think the boys and the girls in the back deserve one of those really beautiful moments, because I think, I could go on a side tangent, but I won't, because we're too late in the game here. Okay, Clash at the Castle. Who do you think?
I want some predictions in the comments too.
Predictions in the
comments. You're watching right now.
Please.
I want to know your predictions, because this is the last Raw, obviously leading up to Clash at the Castle on Saturday, and we're gonna do all of them. There's not that many matches anyway, so all predictions. I want it to be marked. We're gonna keep those screenshots of all the comments. So I want predictions, okay, from everyone, not just us.
Exactly.
So we're wrong. You're wrong too. We're wrong
Get in there, besties. Shoot us your thoughts.
But the first one, let's start with this one. SmackDown, WWE Women's Championship, Bayley and Piper Niven.
Is it who I want to win or who do I think is going to win? I will say, who do you think will win? I want, but yeah, I think Bayley will win.
Yeah.
I think it would be really compelling for Piper to win and then just lose it again on TV the next week. I again am on team there should be title changes on TV. I don't know, do it once, just mix it up, make me think something's going to happen. But yeah, I think or a little I would like to see Piper, but I do.
I would too. I mentioned it earlier with the articles that I wrote about underrated women. And Piper liked she liked my tweet, so she read the article. So
yeah,
she was in it too. So I'm 100% for her getting the title shot, but unfortunately, I think we are looking ahead to Bayley Nia Jax at SummerSlam. I think we already pretty much had that written. So I think Bayley retains in that one.
Jeff says so too.
Jeff says Bayley retains. All right, there we go. Let's see what's next. I want to save that one for last. Let's do the Triple Threat Tag Team Championship. Unholy Union, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, or Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
I do think Jade and Bianca will retain.
Yeah. Same. I really don't even have a whole bunch of analysis from that. There's no way they lose this quick.
Yeah.
Especially in a 3-way tag. Jade and Bianca, Matthew Tan. Thank you for watching, by the way.
Thanks for watching. Absolutely. On Facebook. You're my first Facebook comment I've seen too. Ooh, special. That's exciting. Yeah, agreed. Jade Bianca.
Yeah, that's pretty much a no-brainer. We got the Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable, Sami Zayn. Just the hard one.
I think.
So hard.
I think Chad wins, but I don't know if it's because the Creed brothers help him, and it has nothing to do with Otis and them. I don't know if Chad fires, you know what I mean? I almost don't think that Otis quits on Chad. I think Chad's going to break up with Otis. I think Otis is just too abused. He'll just take too much. He's not done being disrespected yet. So, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. There's so many different angles. There's so many different ways this could happen. One way that a lot of people are ruling out that we need to remember, we could get the whole okie doke and Otis could help Chad and just finally decide, look, I'm going heel too.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
I wouldn't like that, but
yeah,
we could. I got Sami Zayn retaining. I don't think it happens yet.
Yeah, Matthew agrees.
Yeah.
Also, Jeffrey goes Chad I think. But the only reason I think perhaps not is that we do have so many PLEs before, it goes pretty quickly. There's still a whole nother Money in the Bank in between now and SummerSlam. So I'm just not exactly sure. Matthew, I will tell you really quick. You can rewind, but the latest on Dom. There's so much to go with Dom. I do think you maybe have to rewind, but the very latest, the teaser would be that things are very complicated for him. But we talked about it a lot. So I'm so sorry. But we're on replay. I'll tweet out this link later too. Okay. I'm so sorry. It's not like a sentence. Normally we can tell him, we could tell someone a sentence. Dom's stuff today is so complicated. There's room keys involved. There's all kinds
I was going to say that to summarize it all, Dom could or could not be in a hotel room with Liv Morgan right now as we speak.
Yes.
There's your summary.
There's something happening.
Something could be happening, or it could not be.
Allegedly. We don't know.
Allegedly. That's the word.
There you go.
So we pretty much okay. So I got Chad. I got Sami Zayn in that one. You picked Chad, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's shenanigans, but you've raised an interesting point of shenanigans.
I hope I'm wrong, but
no, but that's that's good.
So the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes, your boy. Against AJ Styles, running it back.
I actually kind of think that this is going to be the same as Brock from last year. I think it might be a 3-pack. So I think this one. Oh, it's for the title now, though. So I don't know that they'll just flop it around. I feel like I don't believe that the story requires Cody to have a singular reign. Like, I don't care if he had multiple people in between now and The Rock, but I do think we're trying to get back to WrestleMania with The Rock, and I would be surprised this quickly. So I think it's Cody still.
Yeah, I got Cody.
Yeah.
I love AJ Styles, love the new character, hate his new theme music, but
yeah,
I think he takes another L right here.
Yeah. Matthew says
Cody
so.
Rhodes, American
Jeffrey.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Cody
oh yeah,
retains
because it's the quit. Yeah, that's right. That
AJ
is
quits.
right. There's a stipulation. I forgot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, this is the hardest one, isn't it? It's got to be the hardest one.
I was just about to say that the last time I feel like they really pissed me off, like I was like, wow, this is BS. Like you did this was when Drew lost last year at Clash at the Castle. So the idea that they would do it to me twice at the same event, and like also potentially to like an entire fan base that may have been replicated, you know what I mean? Like they're not super close. So it's not like it's going to be all the same fans, but I think you have some people that will be overlapped. So I'm not sure you can do it to them twice in a row. Oh,
I got Drew McIntyre.
I do think Drew will win. It would be, do you think CM Punk will be there?
No.
Not even there.
I don't think so.
Nothing to do. Like he'll win it clean.
No, if he does, I think he'll come out after and have like a little stare down with Drew or something to kind of tease them. But I think I can't go against Drew for the exact reason you just said. There's no way they do this twice. There's no way. There's no way. And they just signed him to an extension. They made a whole big deal out of it. The Rock shows up to him in a restaurant. Like they made this a big deal. Like there's no way that Drew McIntyre, like I'm sorry, Damian Priest, but your reign hasn't been that great so far. I'm ready for Drew McIntyre to take that belt back.
Oh, this was so nice. I just read this. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Nice of you.
Thanks, Matt.
Oh, also, I don't know what that means, but yeah, do that.
Yeah, pick'em game.
There you go.
Or the WWE pick'em.
Oh, I want to learn how to do DraftKings because I feel like I could make some Body Slam chat bucks from that because I feel like we watch so much of it that like we could get in the ground.
We could legit make some money.
We could like figure that out. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I'll go to a casino.
I got you.
That's so good. Okay, was that it? That's all.
That was it. That was the only matches that clashed. That's why I say that there wasn't really a whole lot. That was I just can't go against Drew. I know a lot of people are saying on Twitter that CM Punk shows up and makes Drew lose again, but like you said, there's still a whole nother pay-per-view until SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So like there's got to be something that causes them to wait just a little bit longer because I feel like they're bigger than Money in the Bank. While Money in the Bank is big, I feel like they're bigger than that. I think that's a SummerSlam WrestleMania match. Absolutely. So I think Drew wins the title. Damian Priest will get a rematch at Money in the Bank. And then CM Punk Drew at SummerSlam.
There you go. Gunther. Right? It's automatic at SummerSlam?
Triple threat.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I can see it being a triple threat. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm
excited about all of these events. Like I'm excited about SummerSlam, but I am actually more excited about Money in the Bank this year than I normally am. So I'm pretty stoked for that. Yeah, that's true. There might be like another one added. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up happening.
Maybe Awesome Truth.
Yeah, could be. I really enjoyed the length of NXT Battleground. I feel like there was kind of commercials, like a lot of commercials, because there wasn't that many matches. But I would rather watch commercials and like longer, in-depth matches than have so many and we're just like banging through going.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I like it to go a little bit slower because I want to get up and wander around for a second. I like to get a drink. I need to go get my water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There is like, and then I wrote a whole story about how Michael Gold said that it was like through qualifying matches. So I think we're like declaring, and that will be like a bigger list, and then we'll whittle it down to actual matches, and then we'll figure it out from there. So it's exciting. I do like it when they do that. I don't like to know a ton of stuff in advance. Just throw like a random match and go, oh, this one someone's gonna get in Money in the Bank for this. Like, oh, that's cool. Sounds good. Yeah, is there anything else? I think that was about it.
That was it for all tonight. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, just to recap, Liv and Dom are at a hotel room right now. Allegedly. Otis is kicking himself for not punching Chad Gable in the face in the corner. Yeah. Drew McIntyre beat Finn Balor to tease beating Damian on Saturday.
Yeah.
EO's going crazy. Bron Breakker put Ricochet in the hospital. Literally, and sent them in early retirement from WWE. Yeah. That pretty much summarizes it.
I would never wish ill upon the man portraying the character of Ricochet. But when they put him in the ambulance and they close the doors, and then like somebody I think off camera was like, "Let's go," you know. Somebody said something about like hurry up, like not like a stage direction. I think it was like medical in the heat of the moment stat type of a deal. I was like, in my own home, I yelled out, "This man is dying!" like he's not really, but it is in my heart. I feel like the character of Ricochet in WWE literally just died, and I didn't think about Samantha going too, so that's wild. I hope not, but we'll find out next week, besties. We'll definitely find out. Yeah, it was a good show. It was a good one.
Great show. Yeah. I'm ready for Saturday.
So exciting. That's good. You know what my pep talk for tonight is, besties? I think that you should just take some time we have between now and Clash at the Castle. I would like you to do something kind for yourself and then let me know what you did on social media. So you can find me on the Twitter machine. What is it? _ Amanda Savage. And then my Instagram. Okay, hold on. It's _ Amanda . You gotta put the dot Savage. The other Amanda Savage won't let me have it. I messaged her. She didn't respond to me. I don't know if that's even like an active account. I will give her money. I don't even care. I'll give her $50. I'm not giving her more than $50. Like weird. But yeah, I would throw some money at that cause. But yeah, follow me around on those devices and tell me what you did to be nice to yourself this week, because everyone deserves to be kind to themselves. So take a little bit of time between now and next week, besties, to just do something sweet for yourself. And we'll see you next week. We'll have so many things to talk about. I'm really excited that we're going to talk about Uncle Howdy next week. I'm really excited. I'm so excited.
I'm with it. I'm ready.
Okay, besties. We'll see you next week.
Enjoy Saturday. Peace and love.